In 1962, a man could stop a dripping faucet before breakfast, wire in a new light switch before lunch, and have the dead lawnmower running again by supper, and it never once crossed his mind to pay a stranger to do any of it. Today, we call a professional to hang a picture. Before a phone in your pocket could summon a man for $50 an hour, a man simply learned the work himself, because learning it was cheaper, faster, and frankly easier than waiting on anybody else. These were the trades every man carried in his own two hands, the ones we now rent by the hour. Number 6 involves an open flame and a $30 tool, and it still saves a small fortune in plumber's bills. And number 8 kept a family's only car alive for 20 years. Before we start, hit that subscribe button, because what your grandfather could fix without calling a soul is about to make us all feel a little helpless. Let's count down the 10 trades every man knew before you could just call someone. Number 10, stop a leak and clear a drain. Your grandfather did not own a plumber's phone number because your grandfather was the plumber. A dripping faucet meant a worn washer, a 10-cent part he kept in a drawer, and 5 minutes with a wrench after he shut the water off under the sink. A clogged drain meant a plunger first, then a hand auger he fed down the pipe by the crank, never a bottle of caustic chemicals. He knew the trap under the sink unscrewed by hand, and that whatever was lost down there was waiting right inside that curve of pipe. A leak today means a service call and a bill that starts before the man arrives. Back then, it meant a quiet half hour and a part that cost less than a loaf of bread. Number 9, wire a switch and reset the box. Your grandfather opened up the walls of his own house without a second thought. He could replace a light switch, swap a cracked outlet, and rewire a lamp that had quit. All of it after throwing the breaker and testing the wire was dead. When the lights went out, he walked to the fuse box, found the blown fuse by the scorched little window, and screwed in a fresh one he kept in a coffee can on the shelf. He respected electricity, which is exactly why it didn't frighten him. He understood the circuit. We flip a tripped breaker and feel clever, and for anything past that we reach for the phone. He'd have had the new fixture hung and humming before the electrician returned your call. Number 8, keep the family car alive. Here is the one that kept a single automobile running for 20 years. Your grandfather changed his own oil in the driveway on a Saturday, gapped and cleaned his own spark plugs, set the points, adjusted the timing by ear, and swapped a fan belt with a wrench and a knee against the block. The engine of his day was a thing a man could actually see and understand, a set of parts doing obvious jobs. He kept a shop manual in the garage and a creeper under the car. A breakdown was a puzzle, not a catastrophe. Cars got more complicated, and somewhere in there most men stopped looking under the hood at all. But the man who knew his engine was never stranded by it, and never at the mercy of a tow truck's price. Number 7, half-sole his own boots. Your grandfather did not throw away a good pair of boots over a worn sole. He bought a side of leather, cut it to the shape of the old sole, and stitched or tacked it on over a cast iron last he kept in the cellar for exactly this. A heel that wore down got built back up. Boots in his day were made to be rebuilt, not replaced, and a good pair half-soled every few years could outlast the man who wore them. The whole town had a cobbler, and a thrifty man was half a cobbler himself. We toss shoes in the trash at the first split now and never think twice. He'd have looked at a thrown-out pair of leather boots the way you'd look at someone burning money. The next one isn't a tidy little household chore. It involves an open flame, and it is the moment a handy man turned into a tradesman. Number 6, sweat a copper joint with a torch. Your grandfather could join 2 pieces of copper pipe with a propane torch, a coil of solder, and a steady hand. He cleaned the pipe bright with emery cloth, brushed on the flux, heated the fitting until the solder melted and got drawn into the joint by capillary action, and let it cool into a seal that would hold water under pressure for 50 years. It looks like wizardry the first time you see it, and it costs about $30 in tools to learn. One sweated joint a man does himself saves the better part of a plumber's day rate. The skill is completely learnable in an afternoon. Most men have simply never stood close enough to watch. Number 5. Lay block and mix concrete. Your grandfather built things that are still standing. He mixed his own concrete from bags of cement, sand, and gravel by the shovelful in a wheelbarrow, knowing the right amount of water by the feel of it. He set a line, buttered a brick with mortar, and laid a course level and true, tapping each one down with the handle of the trowel. A garden wall, a set of front steps, a footing for the shed, all of it poured and laid by hand on a weekend. Masonry is patient work, not complicated work, and it rewards a man who takes his time. We hire a crew for a path of pavers now. He poured his own walk, scratched the year into the wet corner, and it's likely still there. Number 4. Patch the wall and hang the door. Your grandfather kept the inside of his house squared away himself. He patched a hole in plaster with a little lath and a few coats of compound, sanded smooth and painted so you'd never find the spot. He could hang a door so it swung shut on its own and latched with a quiet click, shimming the hinges until it sat dead true in the frame. He puttied the windows, eased a sticking sash, and painted a room edge to edge without a single drip on the trim. None of it was glamorous, and all of it was within reach. We book a handyman for a sticking door now. He fixed it before lunch and never mentioned it to anyone. Number 3. Mend the furniture and recane the chair. Your grandfather repaired the furniture instead of hauling it to the curb. A wobbly chair got its joints knocked apart, scraped clean, glued, and clamped overnight until it was tighter than the day it was built. When the woven seat of a kitchen chair wore through, he soaked fresh strips of cane in warm water and rewove the seat by hand, an afternoon's work that gave the chair another 40 years. A drawer that stuck got waxed. A scratched table got rubbed back to life. Good furniture was an heirloom to him, not a disposable thing, and a man with a little glue and patience kept it in the family. We replace a wobbly chair with a flat box of new parts now. He made the old one solid again. Number 2. Keep the small engines running. Your grandfather kept every motor on the place alive. The lawnmower that wouldn't start meant a fouled plug, a clogged carburetor, or stale fuel, and he worked through them in order until it caught. He cleaned the points, drained the old gas, freed a stuck valve, and pulled the cord until the thing barked back to life. A small engine is a simple, honest machine, and he treated a dead one as a temporary condition. The same hands kept the chainsaw cutting and the old radio playing. We wheel a mower to the curb over a $4 spark plug now. He'd have had it running in the time it takes to read the warranty card, and he'd have kept that mower for 30 years. Number 1. He was the contractor of his own life, and the thing underneath all 10 of these, number 1, isn't a trade at all. It's the way your grandfather saw the whole world around him. He was his own plumber, his own electrician, his own mechanic, and his own carpenter, not because he was a genius, but because he assumed the problem was his to solve. He didn't see a leaking pipe or a dead motor as somebody else's department. He saw a thing with a cause, and a cause as a thing a patient man could find. He owned the tools, kept the manuals, and built the confidence one small fix at a time, until almost nothing in a house or a driveway could truly stop him. That confidence was worth far more than any single repair, because it meant he was never quite at the mercy of a stranger's schedule or a stranger's price. We've traded all of it for convenience, and convenience is a wonderful thing, right up until the day the phone won't connect you to anyone who can actually come. He'd have told you the most expensive words in the language are, "I'll just call someone." So here is my challenge. Pick one, just one. Replace the washer in a dripping faucet this week. Change your own oil this weekend. Swap out a tired light switch and feel the lights come back on by your own hand. Then teach it to someone younger before the year is out, because that is the only way any of this ever traveled, hand to hand, father to son, one honest repair at a time. Tell me in the comments which of these your grandfather could do, and which one you're going to learn first, because what these men could fix with their own two hands was never supposed to die with them. It was supposed to pass to us.